Girls rule, boys drool. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm talking about a phrase that I heard nearly every day come through the television or the radio as an impressionable young male going through puberty in the mid-1990s. Now, on its face, it seems that it's really quite harmless. Girl power, right? Okay, I get girl power. That actually I agreed with then, and I still agree with now, today. But girls rule, boys drool. Now, if you pick that apart, it kind of gives you the feeling that it's not so much about girl power as far as raising the self-esteem of the young ladies everywhere. That gives a feeling of female superiority over the males, as evidenced by girls rule or at the top and boys drool. Boys are stupid. Boys are useless. Boys can't even control their saliva in their mouth. That's how obsolete and stupid and useless they are. Okay, this is what I grew up with. And when you add in the fact that I was a victim of severe child abuse and most of the psychological abuse at the hands of the women that were raising me, I could tell you some of the unintended consequences of the girl power movement in the mid-1990s, at least as far as it pertains to me. I can only tell you about what I went through. I grew up hating myself for being born with a penis. A lot of that came from my mother, who was severely abused as a child herself at the hands of her father, who also did some of the abusing of myself included. So he didn't really discriminate. He just fucked everybody's life up around him, purposefully. But when you add that in with the prevailing mantra that I heard growing up, it really made me feel as if I had assaulted a woman just for being born with a penis. And I know that's not the intended purpose of what the girl power movement was, but that's how it affected me. And it took me a long time to get rid of that self-loathing that I had for myself just for being male. It took a long time for me to get rid of that. And it took me even I guess you could say afterwards, it took me some time to get kind of used to, or at least the ability to ignore some of the radical feminist stuff that I've had to hit my ears and eyes in the last 15 to 17 years. Now, even after all the work that I did to cleanse my soul of the anti-male self-hatred that I was poisoned with from a very young age, I still made a mistake. I made a critical error. And that was I clicked on a trending hashtag on Twitter. And I knew I shouldn't have, but I did anyway. I clicked on this link and it said, yes, all women. That's the hashtag. You can look it up. It's really hot right now. It was trending like crazy for the past, I don't know, who knows how long, all the way up until this morning. And then I clicked on the yes, all men, because as with the yin and yang, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So I knew if there had to be a yes, all women tag, there had to be a yes, all men tag. And what I found with the yes, all women tag is basically that men are terrible human beings, terrible excuses for human beings because a few women are raped, and because men look at women as sexual beings, even though we are sexually reproducing organisms like the rest of the animal kingdom, and that some way, somehow, some way, if you were born with a penis, you have raped or beaten a woman at some point in your life. On the yes, all men side, it was kind of strange. It was a mixture of men bringing up valid concerns that they had. Not really angry or, going right back at the women. But they basically said, well, that's your opinion. This is mine. You had guys making fun of the tag because I guess they didn't really take it seriously. But you also had this other subset of people. You had men that bashed other men for using the yes all men tag because only women's problems matter. And you had the women that wanted to berate and belittle men for saying, well, you have expressed your ideas. Well, these are our ideas on the other side. Because, of course, a man's viewpoints, a man's feelings don't matter. Only what women care about matter to some people. I subscribe to yes, all people, and this is why. With a lot of the feminists, they'll tell you that women are being beaten and raped left and right and center when the statistics actually don't bear this out. In fact, a man is 5 times as likely to be assaulted on the street than a woman. A man is 4 times as likely to be murdered at someone's hand than a woman is. Here's where it gets weirder. A woman is more likely, about 2.5 times more likely, to murder herself than to be murdered by someone else, be it by another woman or by another man. But they'll have you thinking that every man is out there like it's the fucking Stone Age and they're clubbing women in the back of their head and dragging them by their hair to have unwanted sexual intercourse with them, when this is clearly not the case. I mean, even if you look at how the prison system works, how the hierarchy is socially in the prison system, the first guys that get stabbed are the sex offenders. So when people tell me there's a rape culture and that we're rape apologists, nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, I never even heard that term or heard anything that supported that term until I heard a couple of radical feminists talk. So the way I see it is, if we are able to unite and see that violence against people in general hurts everyone. Violence against men hurts women. Violence against women hurts men and children and anybody else. When we get to the root cause of what causes violence, that's when we'll solve the violence against women. That's when we'll solve all of these issues that we have. In fact, I saw one guy on Twitter. He said, while you guys are with the all yes all women and yes all men, children are out there being abused at an astronomically higher rate than either one of the two of you. And his tweet really underscores the selfishness that it seems is so prevalent. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. All I can say is that I'm glad that I came out from the depths of hating myself just for being male. And I hope that everybody can get comfortable in their own skin. Some way, somehow. I don't know. Whatever. I hope I was able to get you guys to think. See you on the next video.